episode of this old CRX. Ha! We are going to be doing some innovative mounts, shift linkage. That's the plan. We'll see how it goes. Stay tuned.
All right, so we're underneath the car, and the first step, I would think, and just from my research, is let's go ahead and loosen these bolts, and that's a 12 millimeter, in case you were wondering. Awfully loose. Look at that. Just clunky, and even this is loose here, so good thing we're replacing it. Doesn't even look like it might be the right linkage here. It looks like this has been bent to fit. I don't know what's going on there, but anyway, that's what we're working with. So we'll see you in step 2. All right, step 2, we're up here at the front. As you can see, another 12 millimeter. Gotta remove that. And then, of course, the infamous bitch pin. Got the 12 millimeter out and a little washer and whatnot. It's right here. Next, what you do is you take the bolt that you removed from here and you use it to hammer out the bitch pin. So I'm gonna do that real quick and we'll see you in a minute. Okay, bitch pin is removed. Hallelujah. And you know what? It wasn't even that bad. I mean, it was still a bitch, don't get me wrong, but we did it. It's out. Looks like it's time to clean up some shit under here. It's pretty nasty, but we're gonna remove that other bolt now, get the new linkage ready to install. And meanwhile, I'm probably gonna clean this up, at least part of it. Okay guys, we got the shift linkage removed. It's actually way easier than I thought. You know how these things go, you always anticipate them to be a hell of a lot harder than what they should be, because that's the way these things go. But this one was actually really easy to remove. Even the bitch pin wasn't that bad. As you can see, aftermarket bushings, someone has done this before. Most of the play though wasn't even in this joint. I think it's all in here. This was loose, and then as you can see, this bushing here is completely shot. So probably could have just replaced the bushings and reused this linkage. Probably would have been just fine. Has that kind of gold color to it. It might be a Hasport, I'm not sure. But either way, got new linkage, so I'm gonna use that. So, old linkage, new linkage. We're gonna replace this with it's sort of like the Tyrannosaur mount. I think that's what they call it. It replaces your bitch pin, your factory stuff. I have the PLM version of that. So that's what I'm gonna be installing. So I'm gonna have to rewatch the video how they do this, so I make sure I get it right, but I'm sure it's not rocket science here. We'll figure it out. And of course, I got new bushings and some urea grease for the new stuff. You know what I'm saying? Okay guys, this kit comes with 2 size bushings. You got some thin bushings here and some thicker ones, right? Well, this B series linkage takes the thin ones. I repeat, the thin ones, not the thick ones. Don't do what we did. I had to pull these out, scarred them up a little bit, but I don't have a D series, so I don't really have that problem. But just so you know, thin bushings. Also, when installing this, I'm making sure to put my cotter pin on the bottom, so it's easy to remove if and when I need to. It's there, instead of being on top and trying to work up in that little tiny space. And then also, when you put the bolt in, make sure to put a washer, then the bolt, washer, and then there you go. Okay, we're almost buttoned up here, but one problem I'm running into is these rods are kind of interfering with each other. This linkage here doesn't seem to fit, and I think what's happening is the way this came from Innovative, see how it's kind of to one side or the other, right? See how it's got all this space down here, and it brings this rod up. I think this is just, it needs to be flipped to make room for this rod to go into its little home, and that's the issue I think I'm running into. So I'm gonna try and flip it and see if that makes room. It's kind of screwy that they put it together like this. You'd think it'd be the right way, so you could just bolt it right up to your car. But shit happens. See what I'll keep you posted. See how I wish me luck. All right.
Okay guys, I just want to make this quick little video to take this opportunity to let you know how things went. I'm going to provide a few snapshots of what the center console looks like. That's going to be a separate video, but I'll do a little teaser here. I did a little teaser in the last video too on the CRX. I wanted something different, something a little more luxurious maybe, shall we say, than what was in there. I don't like this factory shift knob shift boot in a CRX. It's just, I wanted something like, a little bit better, but I'll let you see it. Basically it's The shift knob and boot was from a NA1 NSX. I think it's the NA1 is the chassis code for that. It was the 1991, I think is what the first year was, I think, 90 or 91, of the NSX. And that's what it's from. It's leather wrapped. It had a little chrome piece. I kind of dulled that down as I did the finish on the carbon fiber on the center console. I'll mention that in the other video as well. But I just want to show you what it looks like because it's part of this system, part of the linkage. The linkage went well, pretty much solved all the problems. It being loose as a goose when I was trying to shift gears, it just felt like a sloppy bucket of bolts, man. It was terrible. But yeah, it really fixed the problem, so much so that when I first drove the car afterwards, everything's so tight, it feels broken the other way now. It's just like, oh my gosh, it's so tight. I'm not used to that. That's what she said. He said, I don't know.
That's what she said. Or he said.
Anyways, yeah. It worked out really well, and it solved all the problems. I just got to get used to it again. I'm pretty much already there, even after one drive. But you probably saw in the other video that I had a little problem with a hose and some other things. So other videos are coming up. I've got other issues to fix, of course. It's a 30-year-old Honda. It's a 30-year-old car. You're going to have some things that break, things that wear out, things that need to be addressed. This is death by 1,000 paper cuts, as I've mentioned before. It really is. It's one of those cars that you just need to show it some love. And that's what I've been doing this whole time. So, slowly but surely, there's other things I'm going to be doing as well. But yeah, I wanted to show you guys kind of the finished product there. I'm sorry I didn't get any finishing shots of all the linkage put on the car. Learning curve here. I can't just go out and take some right now because my car's 200 miles away right now. I'm not literally outside. I can't just go film it real quick. But, these are things you think about later sometimes when you do videos and stuff. And I'm rambling now. Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and hopefully you enjoy the next one where I go over the process of what I did to mod the center console. That's what's coming up next. Maybe I'll get that up tonight, or I don't really know. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, enjoy.